This is why your website's conversion rate is under 1% and how to fix it. We've worked with over 100 local service businesses to date. This is just one of them here, an HVAC company. I'm gonna go section by section and compare this website, which converts at 4%, to another website that I literally just went to like the 10th page of Google for a search and found a crappy website. So just to prove to you that the number is accurate, this is his Google Analytics, January to December of last year. So the year in total, they had 10,000, just over 10,000 new users on the website, and around 412 leads. You can see here, this is the lead list that I pulled for all of last year. So the conversion rate is just over 4%. That's a very healthy conversion rate for a local service business. I'll link the video interview that we did with this client if you want to check it out. But either way, let's get right into it with the first part, which is the hero section. The hero section of a website is the first thing that people see, and it's the most important part of your website by far, and this is what most people get wrong. Before I tell you why this hero section converts so well, because it doesn't look like much, I'm gonna show you the bad website that I'm comparing to that most of your websites look like. If this is your website and you're watching this, I'm sorry for trashing it, but I just have to use this as an example, and if anything, you can learn from it. So this website, as you can see here, the hero section, what people are seeing for the first time is an AI stock photo, and so we wanna build trust, especially if you're a local service business. You don't wanna have any AI stock photos on your website unless they're like ultra realistic, but even to that point, it's hard to get those nowadays. So right off the bat, if I was a customer and I'm coming to your website and I see an AI stock photo, I have no idea if this business is legit or they actually exist or not. Another thing is using fancy buzzwords like #1 HVAC service, superior HVAC solutions. Like I have no idea why or how you're the #1 HVAC service. Everyone says that, so anyone could be the #1 service. You need something to back that up if you're actually going to make that claim. You're trying to use social proof like over 10 years of experience, 24/7 emergency services, but again, with the AI stock photo and the tiny logo, which again looks like AI and you can't even read it, no one's gonna believe you. So why is this section converting at over 4%? Well, as you can see, the headline is clear, bold, all of the font is easy to read, and we have a real photo of someone here. You can kind of see the logo on a shirt, and it's not a great photo by any means, but it goes way farther than a great stock or AI image because it's a real photo and someone sees this and they say, oh, it's a real business. The other thing is calls to action clear on the page. So when someone comes to your website, they don't want to be spending long, they want to make a decision. And so giving them that opportunity right off the bat to get in touch and get a free estimate or whatever the call to action is going to be absolutely crucial. And you want to make sure you have one main call to action. You don't want to have like 4 different buttons on this hero section telling someone what to do, because if there's too many options, they won't take action. Moving on to the next crucial section, the section or sections right below your hero should be social proof. You don't want to explain your services more. People, when they come to your website, they should already know what you're doing just by like your logo and the subheading here. You want to now back up any claims that you've made. So you can see here, we've got all these different like certifications and directories that we're listed on. We say here in this subheading that we've been in business for over 20 years, and that's absolutely true. You can see here, we've got some more stats that we're showing. And as you'll see further down the page, we back this up with even more social proof to prove that these numbers are legit. The reason your website is converting at less than 1% is because you're taking too much of the space on the website to explain your services or explain who you are. Nobody cares what you do, who you are. They already know that when they come to the website. They're looking for a reason to buy. They're looking for what differentiates you from other companies and why you would be a good fit for what their needs are. So I'll move on to the other website and compare to what they've got. So you can see here, 750 plus projects completed. So it's good that they have social proof. They've got like the trusted expertise, 100% satisfaction guaranteed, which is a great guarantee to have on your website if you're going to put any guarantee there. However, again, with this website, everything up to this point has just been stock. So there's nothing proving to me that this company is legitimate, services my location, or actually has a team that can do what I need them to do. What you need to do if you're going to be making claims like this is have real proof on the website. And for the case of most local service businesses, you're going to be using Google reviews because that's your biggest form of testimonial. Or if you have video testimonials from clients, that's even better. But Google reviews, as you can see here, this is directly embedded from Google. So they've got an average 4.9 star rating, 382 reviews. So this claim that we're making is clearly backed up, and that validates the other claims that we've made on the website. However, when we look at the other website, you can see here they say we have over 156 5-star reviews on Google. These look like they're embedded. It looks like it's legit, which is fantastic. But when I click on this call to action, You can see here, they only have 44 reviews on their business profile. So that's easily a deniable claim. And when someone can prove that you're lying on your website, it invalidates everything else. And just to prove the case, even with our website, you can see here this big bold claim will help you make an extra 100K in 6 months with SEO. You scroll down, you see logos, and then you can see real social proof of interviews and case studies that we've done with clients that backs up this claim. This is what you need to do if you want your conversion rate to get over 1% and in that like 4 to 5% range. The other thing I see on websites that hold them back from a higher conversion rate is when they talk about their services. They typically spend too long on the website explaining what they do and who they are. As you can see on our website, we have a couple simple sections. Again, the text is laid out really cleanly and a real photo that we've taken. And then when I scroll down, we've got another clean section, which again is minimalistic, it's simple, that show what kind of systems we service. If I take a look at the other website, I'll actually say this one did a pretty decent job at keeping it simple and straightforward. But again, with the other aspects of the website, it kind of invalidates everything, and this is not going to be converting a lot of people. The one thing you want to make sure you do on a services section or even the About Us section is make it less about the services you offer like this website does, and make it more about the customer's problem and how it's going to benefit them. So for example, they got like emergency repairs, installation. So they say everything that they do, which is good. But if you take a look at our website, it converts so well because we're talking about a heat pump is a great option for you because it performs both heating and cooling, installation, repair, whether it's for your strata complex apartment. So we're calling out our target audience. And then we're talking about how it opens up the possibility for qualifying for a rebate so you can get money back on your investment. We're talking more about the customer than we are about ourselves. Again, a very clear call to action here. Get in touch for a free HVAC quote, which should be on every section or every other section. The next section you need to have, especially if you're a local service business, is an About Us section. The mistake most people make with this is 1, not having it at all, or 2, talking too much about themselves and not talking or relating it back to the customer. We've also got an image here of the business at a trade show with one of their team members. So again, it's just adding to the trust and authority that we have. The headline doesn't just say about us, it says industry leading technicians, only the best for our clients. Again, relating it back to them. We talk about how the team are red sealed and certified contractors. And then we relate it back to them by saying, rest assured, you will always have a red sealed technician coming to service your home when dealing with us for your HVAC needs. When I take a look at this website though, they don't even have an About Us section on the page. So there's so much ambiguity around this business, who they are. Again, if I were a customer or a homeowner and I put myself into the shoes of them and I look at this website, I do not see someone that I can trust, possibly for a high ticket service. The last section you need on your homepage, if you want to double, triple, or even quadruple your conversions, is at the very bottom, like right above the footer, as you can see here, a call to action section. The reason this is so important is because if someone gets to the bottom of your page or your website, which in most cases they don't even scroll past the first section, then they're clearly interested in contacting you and you want to give them that opportunity. So you can see here, we give them a clear, bold headline, free extended warranty, then a call to action, and then again, another one down below here, which this isn't like super necessary, but we just have it in there for design purposes. And again, a button that leads them to the contact page. When I take a look at this low converting website though, you can see here they do have this call to action section with, it looks like a phone number button. But let me scroll back down here. When I take a look at the low converting website, they have a call to action section, which is good. However, they pretty much lie again because they say 750 plus successful installations. And then when I scroll back up to one of the previous sections, they say 500 plus projects completed. So I'm not too sure which number they're going with here, but it seems pretty untrustful. So overall, with this high converting website, you can see it's nothing special in terms of design. There's a lot of websites that look way better than this, but convert at a way lower percentage because they don't have the components that I've talked about and the copy to back up their work. And the content on the website doesn't speak to their customers and their problems enough to give them a reason to reach out to them to get a free quote or whatever that conversion action is going to be. Conversion rate optimization is less about the design itself and more about what is being said and being showcased on the website and in what format and what layout. So even though this website might look clean and it's pretty to look at, it's not going to convert customers. And at the end of the day, all that matters is if your website is making you money. If you want me to go through your website just like I've done here and show you specifically what you need to be doing to improve your conversion rate, click on the link in the description and then submit your website. I'll make you a full video showing what you need to do. Anyways, that's it for this video. Hope you guys got some value out of it. If you want to check out more SEO and website related content for local service businesses, check out the rest of the channel.